Welcome to this space where reality hurts, but sarcasm heals. Sit down, make yourselves comfortable, and prepare some Linden tea. We're covering something today you won't see in the regular morning press conference, or whatever it's called. That thing that's only good for propaganda and manipulating weak-minded people. I was just thinking, and it's been a while since I gave you a dose of cultural candies, as I like to call them. Today I bring you a very interesting one that will give you a lot to think about, or at least that's what I hope. Did you know that the excrement of a blue whale can weigh up to 4 tons? Yes, it's a fascinating fact, even though it might seem unbelievable. Various reports and marine biology studies have pointed out that a blue whale can release massive amounts of excrement. In a single defecation, it's estimated that an adult blue whale can excrete up to 200 liters of feces. It does this multiple times a day, so do the math. However, since a blue whale can consume around 3.5 to 16 tons of krill a day, the amount of nutrients they release is immense. The ecological impact is significant, since this excrement, far from being just waste, is rich in iron and nitrogen, which are essential for fertilizing the phytoplankton on the ocean's surface. That process helps capture carbon dioxide and produces a large amount of the oxygen we breathe. So blue whale excrement is fundamental for marine life, as it fertilizes the oceans and promotes the food chain. And you might ask me, what does that have to do with politics? And you're right, well, nothing. And a lot, depending on how you look at it. Let's get to it. Look, should we give Claudia Scheinbaum credit for something? Her ability for rhetorical juggling is worthy of a low-budget Cirque du Soleil. We are witnessing, in full color, the art of political implosion. The government isn't just nosediving, it's in free fall. Meanwhile, Claudia started arguing with thin air as the ground approaches fast. It's fascinating to watch her at press conferences. As I've mentioned before, when she's asked a serious question, she uses the ancient technique of quantum rambling. She talks endlessly, says nothing, contradicts herself, and blames neoliberals, Calderon, Peña Nieto, and even the cloudy weather this morning. She's desperate. You can hear it in her voice, see it in her movements and lost gaze as she searches Palank's invisible teleprompter for answers, but even that no longer helps. But honestly, the real conductor isn't in the National Palace. The Trump factor has entered Mexican politics like an elephant in a Tlaquepaque blown glass shop. Here we swear by the Virgin that we are sovereign, but in the White House, Donald Trump and his enforcer, Marco Rubio, are dominating the entire hemisphere. They wanted sovereignty. Well, there you have your sovereignty. There's Venezuela. Maduro sleeps in orange pajamas in New York. Like a baby? Yes, like a baby. He probably wakes up every night crying, wet and soiled his underwear, calling for his mom. Another case is Honduras. Nasri, Asfura, and the right wing returned because, apparently, Trump doesn't like socialist experiments in his backyard. They've already shut off the oil supply to Cuba. Goodbye, subsidized solidarity. The suffocation will soon do its job, and it's very likely that we'll see the fall of that dictatorship in a short time. And Mexico. Oh, Mexico, here they don't need to invade us with tanks or missiles. Trump has Scheinbaum cornered with just a simple fishing line. The famous sovereignty of the fourth transformation has been tossed aside with an ease that's astonishing. The United States government is acting on Mexican territory as if it were its own backyard, and Claudia can only smile with the charisma of a wet mop and say that the relationship is very good. Of course, the same kind of relationship a mouse has with a cat. Right before dinner, all we hear is sovereignty, coordination without subordination, respect, and all those stupid things he spits out at the slightest provocation. But let me tell you, I've seen this from another angle. This is an achievement, and wait, don't get all worked up. Let me explain. López Obrador's movement has thoroughly earned this disaster. Everything that could go wrong went even worse. It's Murphy's Law, supercharged with public funding. Here's where the whale fact comes in. Earlier, I mentioned blue whale excrement can weigh up to 4 tons. It's an impressive figure, really impressive. But it's still the second largest amount of crap in the world, only surpassed in first place, unquestionably, by the fourth transformation. With whales, even their waste is useful. But these bastards' waste has only ruined the country. That's why they've dug their own grave. This story can't end any other way. They've made public administration a monument to waste. They ruin everything they touch and corrupt or lose what they don't. The question isn't if things will get serious, but if they will at all. Are going to the... It's if they're going to get serious. From Scheinbaum, it's the size of an atom between the pressures from Washington, the persistent shadow of the old Patas Miatas from Tabasco, who lives in the middle of nowhere. Rampant violence, complicity with organized crime, and the resulting protection of high-level politicians. The Morena Mafia thrives in luxury amid violence. United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement Review. The economy feels like a runaway truck. On the downhill of the Toluca-Mexico highway, the Presidenta is trapped. The filth is already up to her neck, and wherever she moves, she just starts to gag. The question or questions we should ask ourselves are, how much longer will Claudia be able to endure this situation? How long can a person live in absolute denial before reality slams the door in their face? Place your bets in the comments, but let me tell you one thing. The show is just getting started, and there aren't enough popcorn in the world for what's coming. Well, my dear hidden and knowledgeable audience, there you have it, the X-ray of a disaster foretold, stamped with Made in Mexico. Sorry for the scatological reference, but I have no other way to compare the disaster we're currently living through in Mexico. Morena and its fourth transformation are worthless, and they'll vanish. Let's hope they soon remember not to believe the story that everything is fine, unless they live in an alternate reality where gravity doesn't exist.
Remember that you can make your donations via PayPal. You can find the information in the comments section. Thanks to you, this channel stays active. Please subscribe, like, and press the bell for notifications on new content. Thank you.